There is a principal employee direct responsibility to provide canteens, restrooms, drinking water, and first aid. Even today, if it is not provided by the contractor, it is to be provided by the principal employer. So therefore, now it has come straight away on our head. So we need to do that. Contractor, if he has not obtained license, what happens to his workmen? The previous draft said that such workmen will become automatically a workman of the principal employer. That was quite a draconian provision about which all of us, including me, raised a big hullabaloo before the ministry, and also it is violation of the uh, Supreme Court order in the National Water Workers Union, where it is said very clearly that the automatic absorption doesn't arise at all, and therefore it is subject to so many ifs and buts. And there are also many state government case laws also which prohibit such automatic absorption. So now they have made it, they have changed it as if he as a contractor has not obtained the license, that this kind of an employment will be a contravention of this law, of this code. That's all it says. Now, what it is, we will see it when it comes later. Now, contractor to pay wages through bank transfer, electronic mode, but principal employer become responsible if there is a default by the contractor. There's a practicability, can be in cash also. The existing provision is retained to some extent. And the contractor to principal employer or principal employer to issue experience certificate to the contract labor if it is demanded by him, and it is in a prescribed form to be given annually. Next, please. Employment of contract labor in core activities. I think it is section 57. Employment of contract labor in core activities is prohibited. Now, the existing section of 10 in the Contract Labor Regulation Abolition Act 1970 has been given a go by fully, but instead they have added something which is almost akin to Andhra Pradesh Amendment of Contract Labor Act. So let me read it out for your benefit. Employment of contract labor in core activities of any establishment is prohibited, provided that the principal employer may engage contract labor through a contractor to any core activity if A. This is a kind of an exception. The normal functioning of the establishment is such that the activity is orderly done through a contractor, or the activities are such that they do not require full-time workers for the major portion of the working hours in a day, or for longer periods, as the case may be, or yes, any sudden increase of volume of work in the core activity which needs to be accomplished in a specified time. So these three exceptions are given to the rule, to the provision, so that can be taken appropriately as and when required. We will have to see how it turns out. Now, there is a designated authority to advise whether a particular activity is a core activity or not. Next slide, please. Now, separate provisions for audiovisual workers, mines, BD cigar workers, building and construction workers, factories, plantations are given. I'm not going into this deeply into that, but more or less it is the same. Many of the Mines Act provisions have been retained, but they have been pruned also. There maybe some of them will come in the rules. Now, part 6, this is a factory. The separate provision for factories, which I would like to deal with. It also talks about site appraisal committee, safety committee, compulsory disclosure of information, emergency standards, hazardous process, like it is there today in the Factories Act. There is an appeal procedure available for occupier against the order of inspector come factories, inspector come facilitator, and the procedure, there is a prescribed procedure for disposal of appeals also. That's also given there. Next. The part 2 deals with part 2 of the chapter deals with interstate migrant workers. It shall apply to the establishment employee 10 or more. Employer shall pay journey allowance to his hometown once a year. To and fro charges are to be paid annually. Appropriate government to provide toll-free helpline number to him. Employer or the contractor is to ensure suitable working condition, provide ESI, EPF, etc. Once a year medical checkup or the test to be provided free of cost to him. Option to an interstate migrant worker for availing the benefits of public distribution system, either in his native state or in the destination state where he is employed. So by this, they seek to make the life easier for the migrant worker. Next.